Hello, and welcome to Select 10. 2024's September and October streaming platform releases bring a plethora of new Hollywood flicks, including Deadpool and Wolverine and more, that are ready to enthrall viewers from the ease of their homes. Whether you're looking for thrillers, rom-coms, or mind-bending sci-fi adventures, these months offer an eclectic blend of stories that will keep you hooked on your screens. Thus, gather your popcorn and prepare to explore the newest movies on streaming platforms that you should not miss. Number 10. Wolves. It is a 2024 action comedy film, directed by John Watts. The plot centers around the New York City Democrat, Margaret, who gets herself into a difficult situation and seeks secret assistance. She calls two opposing fixers, Margaret's man and Pam's man, and both of them show up with the intention of handling things on their own. But as the night goes on and the work gets more difficult, they soon realize they have to work together and put aside their egos in order to complete the task. Brad Pitt and George Clooney work brilliantly together, offering action, humor, and charm with an effortlessness that only actors of their quality can. Despite having a conventional plot, the film is engaging because of the leading actors' on-screen interactions and banter. For aficionados of crime comedy, it's worth watching. Number 9. Blink Twice. It is a 2024 psychological thriller film, directed by Zoe Kravitz. The central character of the narrative is Frida, who, while serving at a fundraiser, encounters rich playboy Slater King. The drama starts when Slater extends an invitation to Frida to come stay with him and his pals on his private island, luring them into an opulent and luxurious world. During her days on the island, Frida starts to have unsettling memory gaps, which makes her worry that something may not be exactly as it seems in this idyllic paradise. The movie is entertaining, with unexpected turns and twists throughout. The storyline, young people summoned to a billionaire's secret island, might sound familiar, but strong direction turns the story into a gripping thriller. The true terror is not in the obvious moments, but rather in the confusion and slow awareness of what is happening. Although it has several predictable scenes, Blink Twice is an effective, scary movie that keeps the audience hooked from start to finish. Number 8. Major Grom, The Game. It is a 2024 superhero action film, based on the comic book series Major Grom by the Bubble Comics. It is a direct sequel to the film, Major Grom played Dr. 2021. The narrative follows the exploits of a fearless police major who comes back to take on a new antagonist who uses a game played in virtual reality to transform users into deadly real-life criminals. As the plot progresses, the Grom has to enter the virtual world to foil a bigger plot that puts the city of Petersburg in danger. The film features innovative special effects, particularly in its representation of a virtual reality setting. The action scenes are clever and well executed, while the Grom's rugged, no-nonsense demeanor doesn't change, but this time, we witness a greater degree of emotion as he thinks over his place in society. Although the movie shines in action scenes and visual effects, there are moments when the plot twists appear too obvious to fans of the genre. Overall, it's a fun and visually appealing continuation of the franchise, pleasing action fans with spectacular set pieces and an intriguing hero. Number 7. The King Tide. It is a 2024 thriller drama film, directed by Christian Sparks. The movie takes place in a tiny fishing community where a child with extraordinary, mystical abilities appears. The conflicting opinions of the locals over whether or not the child has been sent for a greater religious cause push the town's rule of law to the verge of civil conflict. The narrative is driven by the mystery surrounding the child's identity and power, as the villagers divide into groups to support their own ideologies. The movie takes a picture-perfect island village and shows how one small alteration has an impact on the entire population. The movie unfolds like a dark fantasy tale, with a slow burn that rewards eventually. The mood is creepy, with intriguing world building that draws the audience in from the start. Number 6. Hijack, 1971. It is a 2024 disaster drama film, directed by Kim Seong-han. The movie is set in the wintertime of 1971 and centers on a journey from Sokcho Airport to Gimpo, Seoul, with pilot Jae-sik and co-pilot Tae-in. Right after the takeoff process, a made-up explosive device goes off, causing confusion and terror on aircraft. In the meantime, Yong-dae, the person behind the hijacking, seizes control of the aircraft and makes threats to take the aircraft to North Korea. What transpires is a suspenseful story of courage, giving up, and the complex interactions between the hijacker and the passengers and crew. Overall, the movie is everything audiences might hope for in a suspenseful, expertly performed thriller about an aircraft being taken over while in the air. This film is made more intriguing by the fact that it is based on a true story. Number 5. It Ends With Us. It is a 2024 romantic drama film, directed by Justin Baldoni. Based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling book, the movie follows Lily Bloom, who, following her father's passing, relocates to Boston, opens a flower store, and appears to be living out her aspirations when she meets the endearing neurosurgeon, Ryle. But when an important person from her past shows up again, unresolved feelings come to the surface, making her fresh start more difficult. The movie offers an idealized perspective on romance, with the characters first developing a bond through meeting and getting to know one another before becoming close. Even though the subject topic may seem familiar, this adaptation uplifts the ideas, depicts the messiness of life, and demonstrates how courageous decisions can enable one to move past a challenging situation and start a happy life. Overall, the movie puts romance ahead of significant commentary, but its execution ultimately falls short. However, thanks to clever screenwriting, sophisticated art direction, and brilliant main performances, it ends with us approaches challenging topics with adulthood, empathy, and a splash of fun that make the film worth seeing. Number 4. Watchmen Chapter 1. It is a 2024 animated superhero film directed by Brandon Vitti. The narrative centers on retired superhero Rorschach, who starts looking into an increasing number of killings that seem to be attacking former superheroes. Considering someone appears to be methodically murdering them, Rorschach has no choice but to discover the truth, while Dr. Manhattan becomes increasingly bored with mankind and the Earth. Tensions build in his absence, and Rorschach has to rally the other superheroes to support him before it's too late to act. With a new animation style, the film effectively adapts the original comic book while remaining true to the original source material. Unfortunately, those well-versed in the tale could feel uninterested, as the adaptation is highly predictable, often replicating sequences from the live-action movie. While there is action, drama, and psychological mystery, the motivations of characters are not obvious. Fans of the movie will understand the story twists, but new viewers will get confused, as the film is said to the first part of 2 and leave many unanswered questions. Number 3. Speak No Evil. It is a 2024 psychological horror film directed by James Watkins. The film revolves around an American couple, Ben and Louise Dalton, and their daughter Agnes, who are visiting Italy for their holiday. In the course of their journeys, they meet Patty and Ciara, an extroverted British couple, and their son Ant, who is born deaf. Despite Louise's early misgivings, the Daltons accepted a request to visit Patty and Ciara's rural home after the holiday. But when the family gets to the farmhouse, their first impression of Patty's charm swiftly turns to unease, as his attraction turns into anger, revealing the dark side of the Dalton family. James McAvoy's frightening performance is the film's shining point, and the rest of the cast is equally fantastic. Even though it's not a flawless horror film, its unique concept makes it well worth seeing. Overall, Speak No Evil is an atmospheric horror film that emphasizes marriage and familial conflict within its unsettling horror themes. Though this prolonged build-up may irritate some viewers, your patience is rewarded with violent, cynical payoffs and epic climax. Number 2. His Three Daughters. It is a 2023 drama film directed by Azazel Jacobs. The story opens with Vincent suffering from lethal cancer, which forces his daughters, Rachel, Christina, and Katie, to get together in his home to spend his last days. After growing apart over the years, the unpleasant reunion between the three sisters becomes a turning point in their relationship. As they tackle their murky relationships, their time together leads to reconnection, emphasizing the complexities of familial attachments during a time of difficulty. The film is a character analysis of three separated sisters, addressing their father's impending death with remarkable acting. Its restricted setting, dialogue-driven script, and philosophical instances all contribute to the story's emotional depth. While the film is heavy on discussion, its theme and the characters' fear about losing their father and the probable collapse of their familial relationships keep the audience fascinated throughout. Number 1. Deadpool and Wolverine. It is a 2024 superhero action-adventure film based on Marvel Comics characters of the same name. The story begins with Wade struggling, having abandoned his Deadpool disguise, separated from his girlfriend Vanessa, and living a peaceful life as a car dealer under the care of his close companion Peter. However, his usual lifestyle is disrupted when the Time Variance Authority captures him for an unusual purpose and discloses that a living Wolverine is required for Wade's timeline to move forward. In an attempt to save his world from extinction, Deadpool obtains a TVA time-traveling gadget, sets out to find the right Wolverine, and gets trapped in the underworld, where they must team up with other banished superheroes to take on Cassandra Nova, the community's supervillain. At the center is the friendship between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, delightful cameos, and many surprises that elevate the film. After two previous Deadpool movies that hinted at Wolverine, this third entry offers the eagerly awaited combination and does not disappoint. Overall, the film is enhanced even more by plenty of intense action, nods to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and homage to the X-Men films and characters that make the entire experience highly entertaining. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.